Welcome back. This series is about 2 for 1, a map I made a long time ago. Let's hop into. No, we don't. This map is a really complicated redstone map, as you can see right here. It is not even loading correctly. So we are going to talk about in this episode what levels do and what rooms do and how it works all. So I'm gonna start off with getting into the game mode 1 because that's the game mode I have in my hand and I can point at things. So to first start off with the spawning points. The spawning points is basically a room with a lot of tripwire. The first time you spawn in here, you get onto the tripwire, there's a chest telling you that you have to turn on command blocks, because if you're standing on this tripwire, the command blocks are not be activated. Apparently we did change some stuff behind this, because this is not wired up anymore, but this does still works and one side is only needed. So that's basically about that. What this does, if you stand on the tripwires somewhere, this get activated, the power runs to down here, it combines of all sides, then it negatives. So if anyone is there, this power turns off, turning this power on, and that will create a clock. And if we can remove the command, no, what is going to happen sorry for that, I'm a bit sick. So this torch turns on, turning this block on, powering this redstone dust, this dust, that dust, the repeater, piston moves the block. Torch cannot power this block anymore, so this turns off, and that's about a clock. This was before comparators were introduced, or introduced as clock, so that's why it's using like this. That's triggering a lot of command blocks. So basically what this is all doing is setting the rules to what they must be, like the difficulty in the game mode, and funny difficulties. Oh, that's to clear mobs, 0, peaceful and hard, to clear mobs and stuff. And eventually, if everything is set and your spawn point is set, it's gonna teleport all players into the room down below. This used to be the old spawning platform, and you could just hop in like this, and the doors were closed, and you could go right there. I did make a hole. Yeah. Also, there's a mob system down here. Basically, if any mob spawns, it sets the. Ooh, we don't want to go there. So that's that one, and now the mob system. Ooh, I think it still works. Basically, if any mob spawns and lands in the pressure plate, this is why you get triggered, turning up. Also, if any of these work, this is also another mob thingy with 5. There used to be spawner, but we changed that. And that's triggering something. Not been here for a long time. That's triggering this line, also that line. It gets negative. This one turns on. Turns this immense clock on. Don't clue why it's that big. Turns this on. No torch. That's nothing. Could go up, but it's deactivated. This is the way to deactivate the system. Apparently that didn't work anymore, and I deactivated the system, which is pretty funny. It never got to reset it. Well, it doesn't need to work anymore, because mobs are not that issue. It used to be that mobs blow up the place before you could even play, and that got fixed, and so do this, and I changed the mob system. Anyway, we're continuing on about the spawn area. So this series is about me telling you how it did stuff. So now about the big thing, and it's underneath here. I'm gonna change the bit up. There's a button right here that activates this line, goes there, goes back into this thing. I made a better version of it in the part 2. So basically it activates. This is activating, I think. Yeah, so it got activated, and if you choose right, it sends a short pulse. It basically resets these pistons. So if we change that to, like, say, diamond. Oh, this is going to be a long video. That's not possible what I just did there. So reset only. No, that's not a reset only. Look what happens if you watch carefully to the diamond blocks. They get pushed both to this side and then pulled back. And for the other one, is there any button here? Nope, probably not. Let's steal that one button. So for the other side, you can still see that the diamonds, they get pulled back this side and then go pulled back. And that will put both diamond blocks to this side, and then corresponding to that side, this will start a song. If you are pressing reset, that's this wire right there, both blocks just get pushed this way. So this selecting the left or the right bit. It could probably be a lot easier these days, but this is working. And it's playing the song. Let's turn on music so you can hear it. If we select this, it's playing off keyboard cat. If you press this one, basically it does select the other one, and it looks like they are interfering, but it's stopping here, so it's waiting for the loop to end, and then you get to pour the song. I wanted to do a pour the song in the second map. Never really managed to do that because I'm not a musician. Do we have more? We have the secret room. If any of these buttons get pressed, it's registered here. Turns into an infinity loop. This power repeater in a block, back into the repeater in a block, and it's an infinity loop, which will remove the two blocks that are here by the pistons, making this room open, turning those lights on. Nobody ever saw that, but the lights turn on one by one. We thought that was funny. We thought that was cool. So that's about that. This thing here is not my design. No, there's not a new one. In the part 2 is a better one. This is a Game Boy 3 chainsaw. If you fly against blocks, it's somebody else on YouTube. I copied it in. That's copied in. This obsidian thing. I could turn off my texture pack, but I can tell you. Oh, it's bedrock even. Purple is obsidian. So this is the room where you spawn when you're a single player. The single player can press this button and it would teleport all players to this location. And only if that one and that one, so we're gonna do to the other side, are pressed at the same time. If we can dig this a bit out. Where is it? So it's in bedrock, so if you are in survival, you cannot open it. So this one basically turns that on, turns this off, turns this wire off. You think it does that, but this one turns, yes, it does that. This one turns that on, this one off, and when this one and that one are both off, or a player is on this block and a player is on that block, this is triggered, and that would teleport you in there back into the spawn area. Can we go?
Yeah.
Start off with gas chamber number 1 with the first cake room. You are watching it. Oh.
Yes, I'm in there.
So there's the teacher's room right here, and if I can, nope, I can't. There's lava below. So, welcome to chapter 1 and 2. Please stand on the pressure plates and don't look into the tutor room. Let's start the issue. Just try to jump to the other side. And you're gonna die, aren't you?
I don't know if I'm gonna die. What's the button for?
Well, a big hole to the void with lava.
And then? Where do I respawn?
In this room, but stand on that pressure plate.
Ah.
Come on, we're gonna play. new door sounds awesome. So, your first jump, 2 blocks. Come on, you can do it. Stay.
I know. I'm not your
Good.
dog.
You just failed a jump.
Yes.
You
you
could do this
proud of
one.
me?
This one is a bit harder. It's 3. 3 right.
It's easier.
And 2. And another 2. Good. You come back. Gotta do it again. We're gonna do it the proper way. And you're gonna help me.
I had to wait. Why are they all 2-block jumps?
Basically in the game, well, wasn't you won't be able that to jump 4 blocks back then. There wasn't even
4 blocks. Now, not even 3.
not even 3. It was not possible. You couldn't run.
Is that old?
Yes, this map is that old that we couldn't run even.
I know that's not being able to run thing, but
Come on. Yeah, you can eat cake if you want.
I'm not hungry, so I can't.
Oh, and that's a problem. Let's go on. So basically,
Haven't we missed a cake room or anything?
no, we had a cake room 2 already. The one
Yeah,
level,
I
2
know.
cake rooms. So
I know.
that's level 1. So welcome back to 2 for 1 on the Behind the Blocks. This time we're gonna take a look at level 1 and a few stuff. So to start off with, this is the first and only time I'm going to explain this, so watch carefully. That's not really the entrance. There's the entrance. Oh, leg spikes. Those leg spikes are because of light updates. I shouldn't really do that, and that was a problem while building. These stuff, they had a name. Stations. We call them stations. So if you press the button, that button, it's behind this one. It sets up this loop, which remembers. Let's press one button, and I will explain you what happened. So this one isn't pressed, and this one is pressed. It's just flip over. So what it does, it sets the spawn point of the players to a certain spot. Should be. Anyway, then it's deactivated this one, which activates like which activate this one. So this one is the first one, or this one without timing. It's the first one that gets triggered. After that, with 1 tick, this one gets triggered. With 2 ticks, this one gets triggered, which makes the first, second, and third piston extend, pushing these 3 blocks into the ground, creating the pocket you see here. If both of them are pushed, so this one isn't, this one is. This end gate triggers this one, and then what we turn on. So the lights get changed. For the level 1, a lot of game mode stuff is happening. It clears the inventory, sets spawn points, and sets the difficulty, etc. And the lights change so you can sleep in the beds. A lot of people wish to sleep in the beds, and that's why we added that. So that's the stations. This is the one and only time I'm going to talk about the stations. And now about level 1. Level 1 isn't really that complicated. Oh, we should just talk about these two. This is part of the stations too. So let's clear out the ground and let's talk about this first, because we don't really have a lot to talk about level 1. Level 1 is a really simple level. Ta-da. Level 1 is the only one which a really nice one that was on the ground here. So this one you may not notice, but this one is an end gate 2. If I turn this one off, it doesn't do anything. I can even remove that so you can see it better. So this one turns off, but it's still torching, is still having power from the other side. So the left side and the right side, so needs to turn off. So what we do is you pick a lever, let's put it up, and I would say that's the person on that block, and if we walk there, you see this light turns off, turning this infinite loop on, turning these torches off, turning this off, turning that on, turning opening door. Also there's a piston right there. When any of these stand on a pressure plate, this piston gets activated, crushing the cakers, like the Portal 2 reference. This one, the cheater is a lie. Oh well, that's something you should know. This is the block you're standing on, that one here, and if you press the button, it retracts the piston. That was it. Nothing more. So that's the station. I'm sure I covered them all. Yep, at the cheater's room. So now the other part with, it's getting a bit difficult, but not that much. We're gonna use a lever, so if anyone presses on this one, that gets activated. I never changed biomes, by the way, in this map, so all biomes are the same. It's quite funny. So if you stand on this map block, that one gets activated, and so on. If I stand on this one, that one gets activated. How does it work? Well, let's turn this one on. As you can see, the rail goes down, goes to the other side, gets a repeater, goes into the piston, and that's about it. That's for everything. So let's say we want to test that one. That one turns that piston on and off. So when it turns on, the wire goes to the other side into a repeater, and to extend it to the other side, and that's about how level 1 works. So at the end, this is probably the only time I'm going to explain how this works. This is another end gate, but a triple one. Oh, there was a cake run. We're going to explain that too. So at the end, there, let me try it out. Sponge. So there's a pressure plate down there, and if you step on that, it's opening the cake room, and it's the Y you see here. This is the pressure plate. Y goes backwards, trigger the infinite loop, triggering this one, goes up, and it powers those two. Redstone, dust. Oh, probably because. No clue. Anyway, there's a lot of unnecessary redstone that got removed. No clue why. Anyway, this one, that one, that one. Oh, wait, I know why this one is there. No, it isn't. So basically, this wire gets a delay, and it's triggering this command block, which says opening cake room, then doing some funny tricks to the ground, and with pistons, pistons. Let's try it a bit out, so you can see without having all the water. Right there. So there's one piston right there, as you see, and there should be more. So this piston is extended, and that one too. This one, that's, you hear them now, that has a bit of delay to make sure the water goes last, and yeah. So now about, no, it's not a triple end gate. I thought it was a triple end gate, because most level have a triple end gate. So this one needs to be powered, this one needs to be powered, and another thing needs to be powered. They all use the same system. The system I already explained a bit. It's the same system that is here, but a bit different setup. This one is the second player. The first player is the lever that I just placed right there. It's powering this block. This powering is not powering this. It's powering this one, so this one turns off. This whole row, as you see, and this one is also. So if we turn this redstone wire on, turns this off, flickers the torch, which is a bit of bug, but doesn't matter. Why is this there? No clue. This one turns on, making this infinity loop turn on. This one off, this one off, this one on, and that opens the doors. So that's level 1.